Okay, today, the part we're playing, part of the video that we're playing, is, or part of the game, is the final chapter. So everything should, probably, hopefully, as the title says, come full circle. We should, there you go, be able to round everything out, because I believe this is supposed to be the final chapter. I could be wrong, but I believe this is the final chapter. My name is Father David Wallace. Oh, we're getting into religious, like a religious order now. Okay, I dig. That's good. That's good, because all these other people are tampering with stuff. Oh, did you? Okay, without telling you how it ends. Here, hang on. How will you do this? Let me do this for a second. Okay. How do I, can I just mute this? There we go. Okay. Just temporarily, okay? No, it's fine. Well, I mean, it's, you know, it is what it is. It's fine. I'll just give you enough detail without spoiling it so you can still see it and see what happened, okay? I'll just give you enough detail that moving into this, hopefully things will make sense. So it's basically more or less the same type of idea as the previous chapters, where you have somebody somehow is confronted with Azurael's circle being a thing. Somebody near them or whatever has drawn the circle, and Azurael is trying to basically, I think, I still am not totally sure, but I still think Azurael is trying to enter our world. But things go amiss. There's overall, there's Azurael and Azurael's like minions or whatever, the people that decide to serve him. I think it's a him. I don't know for sure. Anyway, who's in the last chapter? Let me get to that. Okay. So overall, we have, yeah. So overall, we have Azurael and his minions, and they're trying to usher in, like they're trying to do the will of Azurael and usher in Azurael entering our world, I believe. You have some kind of rogue group that has several characters that kind of span across the different chapters who are interested in trying to harness the power of Azurael to their own means. So rather than letting Azurael enter our world and Azurael control certain people, they're trying to control Azurael and his power to gain control of people in this world. So this other organization are evil, or is evil. The people in it are evil, but they're not willing to serve Azurael. They're trying to use his power for their own ulterior motives. Okay, and then in each story you have certain character or characters who kind of are kind of adjacent to Azurael circle. Like they weren't involved. Well, in some cases, a few of them were, right? But the main character you play, the protagonist you play in each chapter, you're not directly involved with the creation of and the summoning of, or the creation of Azurael's circle and the attempt to summon Azurael or anything like that. You're just somebody who happens to be at the wrong place at the wrong time, meeting the wrong people a lot of times, so that you end up being in a bad situation. So in the last chapter, I don't remember his name, but the protagonist you played was a guy who was a software developer, and he had a housewarming party, and all these people from the neighborhood came over the night before, and then the next morning he wakes up and he's like, oh crap, he wants some coffee, so he's going to go to his kitchen and get some coffee, and then he realized he was out of milk for his coffee, and he's like, oh crap. So he was like, okay, well, I'll just go ask the neighbors down the street, right? So there were the two bit older couple, and they had the daughter, and the daughter was around the protagonist's age, and so they were looking at them as a possible match, like, oh, they'd be cute couple and whatever. So he went down the street to go borrow milk from them because he's a little bit closer to that family. And he gets there and things are amiss. He doesn't find either the husband or the wife or the daughter home at all, actually. There's, I think it was that house, had a little bit of blood in the front near the sidewalk. And so he started going around the neighborhood and figuring out, like, he kept finding that people were missing. He wasn't sure if they were dead or not, didn't know what had happened, but he kept finding people were missing. And so he was going through trying to figure out what was happening. And of course, eventually we learn, because like with all the other chapters, we learn that this Azurael circle had been drawn in the neighborhood, or in like this place near the neighborhood. And some of the people in the neighborhood were directly involved with it. Some of them were kind of victims of or adjacently involved with it all. Anyway, you'll have to watch to get like all the specifics, but that kind of a thing. No. Well, not in. So, in the very first game, right, we were the son of the woman who supposedly committed suicide. So we were investigating that, and the Scarecrow came after us, and that's the last thing we know from that one. So we don't know if he survived or not. Although it did say later in Chapter 3, I believe, that guy, Lancaster, Henry, I think it was Lancaster, had been called or summoned by Azurael. So I think he survived, but I think he got control. He ended up getting under the control of Azurael. And the thing is, he's like an innocent bystander. He doesn't know what the frick's going on. He's not trying to summon the demon, but the demon apparently was already loose, or the influence of the demon was, and so he got taken. Okay, the second chapter with the PI Edison, Don Edison, okay, he went to that apartment building where those different kids were. Two of the kids, when he was there, two of the kids survived. He was able to get two of the kids out of the apartment building. Now, since that time, I can't remember for sure, but I think one of the kids suicided, went crazy and killed himself. And I think the girl, whichever one. There was the sister of the kid who stabbed himself in the eye at the very beginning, before we even ever got there. And then there's the pause your questions. Let me catch up. You're like asking so many questions I can't catch up. Give me a second to catch up. I'll answer your question, then I'll say, is there another question? Then I'll answer the other one. Otherwise, I'm getting confused where I left off. I'm not upset. I'm just saying, like slow down, slow your roll a little bit. Okay, so so in the second chapter with the kids, okay, so before our protagonist, PI Don Edison, showed up, the kids had done the circle, and the one kid had stabbed himself in the eye and killed himself. That was the brother of the girl we ended up finding. And then we also there was one other kid who had shut himself in a room because he knew that, stuff was out there and was going to get him or whatever. So we escorted that kid and the sister both out at the end of that chapter. Now, when we did that was the last we knew as of that point. And Don Edison had a guy that had hired him to go investigate that and everything. So he had said that he wasn't going to reveal everything to that guy. Well, that guy that had hired him, that he was going to keep stuff from, that ends up being one of those guys of that bigger organization trying to manipulate the power of Azurael. Okay? So anyway, so Don Edison ends up, apparently, just like Henry Lancaster, Don Edison apparently also, at some point, gets called by Azurael and goes under his influence. So Don Edison eventually, after we're done playing, he apparently also becomes a servant of Azurael, which sucks, but that's what it is. The girl or the boy, one of the two of them, I believe, did end up killing themselves after the fact. And then the other one of the two went crazy and is like in a room with padded walls and stuff. Like just totally went off the deep end. Couldn't handle the experience and ended up going crazy. So they both went crazy, really, but one of them killed themselves. The other one just went into like an institute or whatever. Okay, in the third chapter, that was the one with the nursing home. Okay, so we had those different endings, and you were around for all of that. So you're caught up in all that. Okay, and then finally on the fourth one, the last chapter we played with the neighborhood and the software gig thing and everything. Yes, some people died and some people did not. I don't want to give too much away on that, but let's just say that. I'm trying to remember. Yeah, depending on what ending you chose in the last chapter, in chapter 4, depending on what ending you chose, the protagonist did or did not end up dead or alive or sacrificed to Azurael or a servant of Azurael. It all depends on what ending you choose. So you'll have to watch that to know what happened with that, okay? And I don't remember for whatever reason, I can't seem to remember the name of that protagonist. There were so many different names, I don't remember all of them now. I remember chapter 1 and chapter 2. Well, I remember the protagonist names. I don't remember the kids' names in chapter 2 anymore. It's just too many names, right? Too many names. I can't keep up. But anyway. So the end of chapter 4 was basically, though, that another Azurael circle thing happened. See, I'm trying to keep from spoilers. I'm trying to give you enough information that it makes sense whenever we go into chapter 5, but I don't want to spoil it for you so you can still watch chapter 4 and enjoy it. So, anyway, so stuff happened in the neighborhood. Some people were victims. Some people were complicit. Some people fought against it, right? So that's all kind of what's going on there. There are, I will say that in chapter 4, people started disappearing. There were newspaper articles. People started disappearing, not only from the neighborhood, but from areas around. Like there was a road leading out of town, and apparently people were traveling that road trying to leave town or whatever, and then they disappeared. So people were disappearing and ending up basically as sacrifices, human sacrifices for Azurael to try to summon him and or manipulate his power. So there were people who died. Yes, some of the characters that you were introduced to at the beginning of chapter 4 did die, and some of the characters that died were people you didn't actually ever meet. They just died beforehand or whatever. Okay? And so you're a software developer, and you're really not like a private investigator. You're just going around trying to figure out what the heck is going on in the neighborhood. Like people are not showing, people are missing. You're finding some blood. Sometimes you're finding writing on the wall in blood. It's, obviously freaking you out. So you're like, what the crap is going on? So you're trying to figure out what's happening. Okay. And, I'll basically leave it at that. And then because there are kind of a couple of somewhat major plot twists that I don't want to give away, because then that'll kind of wreck it for you. Anyway, so I think you're caught up now to chapter 5. I think you're caught up to everything that goes on in this chapter. All right. I should make sure the volume's going to be high enough again. Seems like it's still kind of low. Whoops. With that. Let's try that. Okay. So now we're in chapter 5. Are you all caught up? Do you have any additional questions before we move on? Because I do want to answer questions you have, but with the caveat that I don't spoil chapter 4 for you. I do think chapter 4 was interesting enough. I do think it's worth watching. I would like to not wreck it for you. I mean, if you absolutely don't care, I can tell you specifics, but I kind of, unless you really vehemently want to know all the details of chapter 4, I'd like to just not tell you so you can not get it spoiled. So any additional questions? No more questions? Okay, no, it's fine. I don't mind answering questions. I just wanted to make sure that I didn't miss any questions because you were rattling off a bunch of them, and that's fine if you have all these questions. I just want to make sure that I'm answering them all. And with a bunch of questions in a row, I was worried I was going to miss something, and then you wouldn't get the answer you were looking for. So, okay, so we're in the last chapter now, chapter 5. Okay, my name is Father David Wallace. Maybe I should actually do this. Yeah, let's do this. We're gonna start over one more final time, so that when I later edit this stream, I'll just cut at the beginning of chapter 5. So all this explanation and stuff that I've been doing for you, which I don't mind doing, but for the final video, I'll just cut it out so that other people won't have to like fast forward or something through the explanation where they're like, well, I already know what happened. Why do I have to sit through this? They may not want to, right? Is the idea. So, all right. So this is chapter 5. No, you don't have to apologize. I don't have a problem with that. I'm just making sure you understand why I'm starting over, though. So it makes sure. So we're cutting out all of that. All right. So this is chapter 5. So if you have watched up till now, you know that Azurael circle apparently gets drawn at all these different locations all across the world. Like one was in England, one was in Chicago, and one was in a nursing home. And apparently there are a couple of groups of people. There are the people that are kind of messing with stuff. They're mingling with forces they don't understand, like the kids in Chicago. And so they do this. They like, ooh, it'd be cool to draw this demon circle or whatever, not realizing that there's actually a demon. So they're basically bringing evil on themselves. And there's another group of people who do this, who do stuff with the circle, trying to summon but then potentially trap Azurael. The idea being that then they can somehow, I don't know how they plan on doing it, somehow though they'll kind of use the demon's power to gain power themselves, and then they can use that because they're greedy, right? They're evil, greedy people, basically. And so the idea is they'll use that power to then control the world, I think, is their ultimate goal. So now we're in chapter 5. I believe this should be, that's why I named the stream this. Everything's come full circle. I believe this will wrap everything up. I don't think there are any more chapters in the saga. It's possible. I've only very briefly chatted with the developer of Enkian Games, so I don't know if they're going to keep going, but I feel like this is the ending. I guess we'll see by the time we finish this if it looks like everything was wrapped up in a nice bow, or if it looks like there's still room for more coming up. Jordan Allen, yeah, that's his name. That's the guy that I spoke with. My name is Father David Wallace. I'm a priest from Perth. I'm a priest from Perth, Scotland. I was once a theologian and a linguist researcher. This work is what first led to my discovery of Azurael, alongside my former colleague, Stephen Birch. After a disastrous incident involving a woman called Helen Lancaster, and following deeper research into Azurael, I quit. The results of my research even got a few teenagers in Chicago killed. Ooh. So he did the research that created the books and stuff that then people... Oh, that's how things ended up happening. I couldn't bear the guilt. I'd ruined so many lives through my careless actions and desired to know more. I gave up my career a few years before the Chicago incident and dedicated my life to the priesthood. I severed all ties with Stephen Birch too. But now, it seems as though my past has come back to haunt me I realized I suck at a Scottish accent. You don't have to point it out. I know. I received a letter from a young man named Miles King, saying that Azurael's influence has been unleashed in Birch Manor, not too far from Glasgow. I made contact with Stephen Birch once more. He told me that Miles was a family friend and requested my presence to perform an exorcism. It's my duty to finish what I helped start those many years ago. Clive. David! It's been a long time, hasn't it? It has indeed, It has indeed. I'm afraid you'll find that Master Birch isn't at home. What about Miles, this family friend I'm here to meet? Ah, yes, young Miles. I was told an exorcism was required. Can you elaborate for me? I can, indeed. You're more than familiar with all of the research into Azurael, of course. You know I am. I'm largely responsible for whatever Stephen has gotten up to because of my initial research. Don't think for a single second I'll ever forget. It was mostly rhetorical. Go on. The research has continued and grown ever more extensive. Miles, unfortunately, has gotten involved. He was in New York and stumbled into a whole mess with one of the more recent linguistics experts Master Birch hired. Great. Miles had a mind that was instantly curious for answers. He always needed more and more information, and unfortunately, this made him susceptible to Azurael's influence. So Miles is possessed, just to be clear. He's not possessed in the way that Helen Lancaster was. It's more like Azurael has a chokehold on him. He goes back and forth between being himself and being a pawn. He isn't a puppet like Miss Lancaster was. Not in the same way, at least. Poor boy. I'll see what I can do. Where is he? He's holding himself up in the house. Where exactly, I'm not sure. He's locked most of the doors, too. Open the doors for me then, Clive. I regret to inform you that today is my final day here. I've resigned because I want no more of this Azurael business in my life. My last duty is to relay this message to you. Stephen was okay with this. He made quite the fuss when I told him I wanted out. Master Birch isn't aware. I've packed a few essentials, and I'm getting as far away as possible. I'm glad you've come to your senses. Farewell, David. Good luck to you. Farewell, and God bless Clive. I hope you can find a way to atone for all of your involvement in all of this too. Alright. Well, in that case... Stephen looks a bit more grey these days, it seems. Still has the same vanity, of course. Why else would he hang portraits of himself in his own house? Looks like an antique Chinese vase. What's this dusty old tome doing in here? Oh, so it was good that we searched that, I guess. That's an old portrait. Stephen looked like that back when I knew him. Oh, so the young version and the old version. Interesting. Looks like an antique Chinese vase. Okay, I don't know. I guess since we're over here, we'll go here. Towels are clean. Looks as though Clive has been keeping up with his work. No mirror? Strange. Who has time to take a whiz while trouble afoot? This roll looked barely used. Alright. Should be easily opened. There she goes. Demons of Old, Volume 1. I'm not familiar with that, but it doesn't sound overly pleasant. So we got that as well now. I'm here to cleanse, not clean. His painting is covered. Why? He's not gonna uncover it, apparently. Okay. What's this shadow? Why are its eyes red? A small hatchet. This could cut some wood. Alright, let's look at the items we got now. We haven't read these, so let's read. Oh, Demons of Old Volume 1 and 3, so we'll want 2. Maybe I'll wait until we get Volume 2 first. Okay. Dining room, I suppose, right? Such a large dining table for a man with no friends or family. Tragic. What's this document? It's labeled as the Lancaster file. This is familiar. The events of Lancaster Farm confirmed our initial tests. Azurael is real, and the rituals in the book work. From what I was able to gather from examining the house and some of Helen Lancaster's writings, she spoke to Azurael, who pretended to be her dead husband, Edwin. Helen, of course, butchered the true ritual that lets you speak with the dead by drawing a regular pentagram and by using lamb blood. The substance used in drawing the circle is unimportant from what Dr. Wallace can translate, but if the circle is drawn incorrectly, then it could have a number of bizarre effects by only opening a partial dimensional tear into hell. Likewise, if the wording of the rituals is misspoken. Oddly, it doesn't seem to require any specific language. It's almost as though any language works. But Latin is still required, Latin is required for key words. I can tell that Dr. Wallace is getting cold feet about the situation. He's been talking at length in his confessions with his priest, but the man is an atheist. I think the future of the experiments could get rocky. So our priest, the guy we're playing, was formerly an atheist and became a priest as part of his way to try to atone for all the stuff he did. Interesting. This portrait is covered. A blank portrait. Bizarre. Old Birchie always did enjoy a bit of the sauce. This is Spanish from 1965. It's a bread bin. A few slices of fresh Scottish loaf in here. There are a couple of notches at the edge of this tile. I could probably lift it up. Oh, is that stairs? Why are there boards underneath the concrete? Oh, no, it's not. I should be able to smash these with a hatchet quite easily. Hello? Is someone there? Hello? Yes, someone is here. Let me out at once. I've lost count of the time I've spent in here. Miles, is it? Miles King. What? No. My name isn't Miles. Is that what all this is? A case of mistaken identity? I'm as confused as you are, pal. Believe me, I just got here a short while ago. I'm here for an exorcism. An exorcism? It seems that whoever... Or maybe I should do it like this. It seems that whoever kidnapped me wasn't lying. I thought I'd never get involved in this again. It seems you can't outrun the devil. What's your name? Clint. Clint Lancaster by any chance? Yes. How did you know that? I'm very sorry to say this, but I've long since learned that honesty is the best policy. I was involved in the incident with your mother 14 years ago. You were... Does the name Azurael mean anything to you? You clearly already know the answer to that question. Explain yourself. My name is Father David Wallace. My former colleague and I, Stephen Birch, were the ones who first discovered Azurael's existence in modern times. David Wallace. I don't know your name, but that other one, that seems familiar. Stephen Birch. He was the man who showed up that night saying he saw the lights on. Yes, that'll be him. I humbly apologize for my involvement in the Azurael research. I've long since abandoned that and joined the priesthood to atone for my past actions. I can't pretend I'm not angry at you, but if you really want to make things right, then start by letting me out of here. You appear to be locked inside some sort of coffin. There's bars separating me from you, but I'll see if I can find something that'll set you free. I get the feeling I've been drawn here for a reason much greater than an exorcism. I'll say. We've got a lot to talk about, Father David. Once we get out of here, I have many things I'd like to say to you. We definitely have plenty to talk about, lad. I owe you that, and much more. There's some sort of mechanical or mechanism here. I'll see if I can use that to set you free, and then meet you at the exit. There's a dark tunnel for you to follow. It looks like a friend has hung a key up for me. It says that it's to the left wing. God bless, Clint. Good luck. God bless, Father David. My name is Clint Lancaster, and I'm a detective based in London. I was staying late in my office one night, finishing off some paperwork, when I felt a sharp pain in the back of my head. After that, everything went black. I woke up locked inside this, whatever this box is. A coffin? A voice spoke to me from out of the darkness. He said that Azurael hasn't forgotten me. Well, I haven't forgotten him either. Yeah, I don't know that we know why he's in the coffin. I mean, he got knocked out, obviously put in it. But beyond that, I don't know that we know, really. Locked in here for at least a day. Lucky I have a strong bladder. So he's got a... Well, if we find a bathroom, he'll probably want to use it then, I assume. Ancestral? What could that mean? Detective Clint Lancaster is on the case. Yeah, sure. Hopefully you don't get taken by demons and stuff. It's locked. The lock mechanism seems to require a 9-character code. I don't know a 9-character code. What the frick? How am I supposed to... That wasn't it. Maybe the letters aren't in the correct order. Oh! Ancestral. But it's also... Oh, Lancaster. Yeah, okay. Okay, I didn't know we were using letters. I wasn't thinking about the word next to us. Okay, whoops. We need to first do what? We need to first do this. L A N S T E R. I'm assuming. That was it. My family name. A wick for a candle. Odd. It's a mold for a candle. It's pretty clear what Birch wants me to do here. I can put the wick inside. Not. But how? Melted wax? I wonder what I could use this for. Okay. Put the wick in, pour the wax in, now we wait nice and dry. The door handle is sealed shut with wax. Oh. Oh, I know. Probably need to light this over here. There are hot embers on the floor. I can light this candle here. Now, I can melt this wax and escape from here. Maybe. Oh, and now we're back to the father. Okay. I'm here for an exorcism, not a snack. Nothing of note inside the microwave. If all else fails, I can make myself a tasty sandwich. I can always burn the demon out if needed. I shouldn't joke. Good. Old Scottish tap water. Scottish tap water. A packet of matches. I could use this for light, or maybe to burn something. A few utensils in the drawers, nothing of note. A cuppa never hurts now, does it? Okay, I guess that's here. Okay. Ooh, help written in blood. That's not great. Help! Miles? Wait. Candles are red now, too. Oh, maybe not. I think they changed color, though, but he doesn't comment on it. Nothing new in there. Nothing new in there. Okay. So I guess we're going into one of these now. Wait, am I going out this way? No, right? No, yeah, okay. He said meet him at the entrance. I was just making sure. So stairs up, I think. Like a wide staircase. Okay. This part of it is blank. How strange. This part of it is covered. This file is called the Bach file. It's been about a decade in preparation this time, but we finally launched our latest test. I say we, but Dr. Wallace has been out of the picture for a couple of years now. This time, my contact, Andrew Bach, had one of his friends possessed, and then a local musician got possessed right after the death of the aforementioned friend. Most fascinating. Mr. Edison confirmed the musician was a man named Darren South. He seemed to be able to communicate quite well with Azurael. Whatever ritual that teenagers attempted seemed to have some horrific side effects, like the breaking down of a barrier into some sort of hell realm. I'll try and identify that one and mark it as a ritual not to be used. I'm very glad we researched so heavily into finding a good investigator. Mr. Edison proved to be very reliable. The results of this experiment means that it's time for Mr. Blackstock to also prove his worth. I think it's time that we increase the frequency of the tests drastically. Is that what that means? Because that's not bad at all. It's just the fireplace, isn't it? Unless he's saying it's just the fireplace, isn't it? But with the pause, I feel like it's the other. I don't know. This leads out into the courtyard. The door is tightly locked. Okay, so until we have a key, which we don't. Still need volume 2. Oh, so we have the first ritual candle and matches. Oh, that's great. Let's do the ritual. These doors are locked. I'll need a key. Okay, so I need 2 keys now. Unless I share the key. Upstairs. Do I really want to go upstairs right now? Don't know. Let's finish downstairs maybe. Let's do this far door first. The door to the right wing is locked. Oh, that's the right wing? Okay. These doors are locked. They won't budge an inch. Okay, so basically we have to just go over here. Okay, so we will go upstairs then. The door is locked. It must connect the 2 wings together. Oh, okay. An empty wardrobe. Nobody is staying here tonight, it seems. Nothing in this little table. A small chest of drawers. They're empty. This must be the guest room. I can't get into this room. The door is locked. Well, then what? I don't know what we're supposed to do then. I don't know. Wait. I think I see something. Oh, there was something in there. Who are you? Show yourself. Things are much clearer from this side, David. You don't scare me. Yes, I do. Think back. Do you remember the story of Greyborough? That town in America, the one where the people were found dead underneath a shed. That was us, David. We started the chain of events. We brought Azurael into the modern day. No, you're lying to me. It's true, David. We did this, David. It was us. It was all of us. Dear Lord, please forgive me. Nobody can save us now, David. Better keep going. This will let you take one step closer towards death. We're damned. We pick something up. Key to the taxidermy room. I wonder if that's... This one's outside, so I wonder if that's this next one over here. These doors are locked. I'll need a key. Nope, not that one. Okay. Where else? This one? There we go. Hoot hoot, little buddy. It's a stuffed fox. What else can I say? There's a sliding panel of letters. What am I expected to enter here? The lion's name, perhaps? Not quite right. There must be a clue here somewhere, Stephen. Somewhere. Stephen always likes to encode things so folks don't know his business. Yeah, well, I know now, but I didn't know at the time that I was going to have to. I can see the garden down below. It's a quiet, cold night. Oh, I probably need to write these down then. Okay, so we go 1, 3, 8, 9, 12, 12, 5, 19. Since there are 2-digit ones, though, 12, 12, that's probably not going to work at the moment. Numbers? Is it a code? Oh, yeah. Those are letters. That's going to be A, C, E, F, G, H. So H, I, J, K, L, L, E. I think I know, but L, M, N, O, P, Q, R, S. Yep. Achilles is the name of the lion. Of course, if Birch really were trying to keep people from knowing his business, wouldn't leave notes like that lying around, but that's all right. Okay, so let's try this again now. A. I happen to choose the right one to start. C, H, I, L, L, E, S. Achilles. Achilles! Stephen did always enjoy his mythology. The lion's mouth just opened. Is that a key inside? And the key is... gallery. Okay. I think... over here was just... and then you go outside, right? No, that's a bedroom. That's a guest room. It's down below that it goes outside, yeah. So this is the gallery, and then the next one's outside. So this is the gallery. Okay. A can of petrol. Not exactly what you'd use for oil paintings. A painting of a ghostly white hand. Strange taste. Another blank portrait? Why? A closed eye. Surely an open eye would be a much better study. It's a person that has turned away from the perspective of the artist. A shadowy figure. It seems like it's in pain. Alright, let's save it here. Can I not save it to there? Either of these? Apparently I'm not able to save it currently? Okay. Well, that's unfortunate. Really? I can't... I wonder if it's this error I keep getting with RPGM stuff. Well, let's keep going. I take it that there's somebody in here too. You know damn well there is. Kill me or let me out. I ain't gonna play anymore. You got the wrong end of the stick, my friend. My name is Father David Wallace. What's yours? Donald Edison. Call me Don. You're here to rescue me then? I wasn't when I first got here, but I most certainly am now. Don, I'm afraid that we've all been brought here because of a connection to Azurael. I figured as much already. That's why we need to get out of here now, before the big man behind the curtain does something we all really would rather avoid. There's a key here attached that I need to try and get to you. There's bars keeping us apart. After I grab the key, I'm going to pull the lever that'll set you free. Fair enough, Father. Good luck. Good luck to you, Don. My name is Don Edison, and I'm a private investigator based in Chicago. I've not quite been the same since the incident with the dead kids in the Green Winds apartments. I've been continuing to look into anything related to cults, demons, rituals, and any other supernatural nonsense. It's pretty clear to me now that not all cases like that are as insane as they first sound. I was doing some investigative work for a well-paying client in Edinburgh and decided one night to hit up a bar. Somebody played me for a chump and got the best of me. I passed out and woke up here a few hours ago. Doesn't take a genius to piece it together. This is the work of Stephen Birch, the same man I took the Green Winds job from. I've no doubt in my mind. I shouldn't have had my buddy Alistair get involved in Greyborough. That Ryan kid almost jeopardized the whole thing. It's all brought me back into Azurael's domain. There's no easy escape. I'm not climbing back in there. I'd gnaw my own arms off before doing that. So we can't really read any of these. It's just junk on the floor. Okay. The number 3 is written on the wall. The number 1 is written on the wall. One paper on the floor. The number 2 is written on the wall. So 1342 is what's on the wall. But here, the paper numbers are 1, 3, 4, 5. Well, I mean, you know, going kind of around in clockwise manner. Okay. The door is padlocked. It's not this easy, right? Papers on the floor must have some significance. Oh, maybe I add them together? Probably add them together. Okay, let's try it again. So 5, 8, 5, 5, 5, 8, 5, 5. Nope. Wouldn't be subtracting. I mean, just use the numbers that are on the floor? I doubt that's right, but we could try that. Let's hang on a second here. Because I'm getting a little uncomfortable. This pushing into my tops of my ears doesn't feel good. Alright. Okay, so 4, 5, 1, 3. It's not that. Maybe this on the wall is the ordering I'm using. So then it'd be 1, or it'd be 4, 1, 3, 5. 4, 1, 3, 5. Is that right? 4. No, that's not right. 4 is the first one. Oh, yeah. But if we're skipping to 3, yeah. 4, 1, 3, 5. Nope, that's not it either. 4, 1, 3, 5. Okay. Then what about... Maybe this is just... This, whatever is with the paper, is the position, matches the slot. So then it'd be 4, 3, 5, 1. 4, 3, 5, 1. That seems to have done the job. All right. Okay, there's a cross, a skull, an infinity symbol. I am the force that inhabits all beings, from the moment of conception up until death, at the last breath. Find my symbol on the left. What am I? Life, I think. Life. That's the answer. Well done. You've answered my first question. I am the end of life, when a being is no more, and they only linger on for eternity in heaven or hell. Find my symbol in the middle. What am I? Is it that simple? Just death? Death. That's the answer. Well done. You've answered my second question. The last one is eternity. Oh, but there's like a... Ah, really? I do not like that. Store won't open. I reckon there's more to this room than first meets the eye. Crud. I do not like this. Okay, the last one's eternity. Or infinity. I am the period of time where the true, good Christians spend in heaven, and the heathens spend in hell. My symbol is on the right. What am I? Eternity. Eternity. That's the answer. Well done. You've answered my third and final question. It's a candle. I get the strange feeling that I'll need this to get out. I do not like. Let's not go near those dudes, I think. Door's open now. Strange. Let's see what lies on the other side. Okay. Oh, these all changed now. There's an eerie glow to this painting. This is bizarre. Was it always facing this way? No, it wasn't. This was closed before, I'm certain. Why is this still blank? What's the secret? Ah, stay back. Wow. That's not great. I need to press forwards, not back. Alright. Okay. What else? First ritual candle, second ritual candle. Oh, we do have the key to the right wing now. Oh, that was when he pulled the lever. About the time he was going to pull the lever. The right, okay, the key to the right wing showed up there. I see, okay. Right wing. Another empty portrait. This portrait is covered. A few fancy suits and tuxedos in here. This must be Clive's room. It doesn't look especially cleared out. There's a book in here too. Oh, is that the additional volume? A bedside table. There's not a lot in here that would be worth taking. This painting. So serene. Yeah, that painting that shows up everywhere. It's a bottle of oil. What's it doing here? Nothing worth mentioning inside this. Oh yeah, okay. Alright, so let's look at these things. So, Demons of Old, Volume 1. This old text, David Only. This old textbook talks about a wide variety of biblical demons, some long forgotten. But I can't read any of them? Apparently not. Okay. There are some problems with this game. Like, it won't let you save. It won't. Alright, that's fine. Oh, yeah. And doors are locked. Need a key. Got it. Up the stairs to more creepiness. Just another blank portrait. Oh. Oh, right. This is the connection between the two wings. That's right. Stephen has a pretty strange sense of decoration. A padlock here, a puzzle there, a trapdoor leading to underground prisoners. There must be a hint somewhere nearby. Ah, yes. Don't need to do any business on this toilet. Nice clean sink. It's hard to see clearly outside at this time of night. There's a clean towel hanging above the bath. 37401. I could go for a long soak right about now, but can't afford the time. It's 37401. Is it 5 long? Whoops. Alright. 37401. Writing the code backwards on the wall. That's child's play. A key to the library, eh? Nice try, Bertie. A much fancier bed than the other ones. I can guarantee that this is Stephen's room. A lot of sweaters, ties, and suits. A few odds and ends, nothing important. Library, huh? This is the bathroom. That connects. Okay, so I need to go down again, and then this is going to be the library, presumably. Shelves full of books. Stephen always was a big reader. No copies of Lord of the Rings. Come on, Bertie. Copies of the Holy Bible in many different versions and translations. What happened to you, Stephen? Eternal life is something you strive to achieve in heaven and not on earth. Not seeing the original copy of the Book of Azurael anywhere. There are empty book slots here. Looks like there's a pressure plate here too. The first volume could go here. The second volume would fit right beside it. The third volume completes the set. It looks like it triggered something. Okay, another trapdoor. This library must be worth a fortune. The McBride file. I wonder what this says. I'm writing this report early, but Mr. McBride was very successful. He was able to bestow immortality on one of his victims. He's found the correct ritual. His findings showed that the person, Lena Reyes, was unkillable by convention methods. It took another ritual to banish her to the Hell Dimension, to cover his tracks effectively. Mr. McBride was also said to have mutilated some of his victims and sent them to the Hell Dimension. Among them included his lover and an unborn child. He can't be trusted for much longer, but he's served his purpose. Okay, that's what happened with that. The Blackstock file. The Blackstock file. We're already in a very dark situation, and every new thing I learn makes it all the worse. It appears that Mr. Blackstock has passed away. He was murdered alongside the rest of his allies by Miles King a few weeks after he joined their sect. What has been learned in the meantime is that the rituals can indeed be used to prolong life in some way. Mr. Blackstock's wife died during a ritual gone wrong, and he was able to bring her back to some form of life, albeit mutilated and not in her right mind. There was another ritual attempted once Miles joined the circle. They tried to restore the youth of a man named Abraham Nelson. He was successfully de-aged back to his late 20s. This is one of the ones I need. Right, because he wants to stay young. So, who's in coffin number 3? Who's there? My name is Father David, and I'm here to help. I'm in real need of some of that right now. My name is Miles King. It's my fault you're here, Father David. I got your letter and spoke with Stephen, but I came by my own choice. You don't understand. It was a trap. I've worked that out already, but I can't just sit idly by and let everyone here just stay locked in a cage. I've got to at least try and free you all. I appreciate that, but hear me out. I don't know how long my mind is going to be my own for. I've been gathering people at the behest of Azurael. He made sure that I used Matthew Blackstock's connections to Birch to establish contact with him too. Birch thinks I've had everything set up for him to complete his final ritual. But Birch has all of us trapped now, thanks to me. But Azurael has Birch trapped. They're working against each other. Birch desires immortality, and he thinks Azurael is the way to go. I'm aware of his goals. That's been his desire from back when I knew him better. It's cost more lives than you can imagine. Have you heard of Old Ways? Greyborough? Yes, I'm afraid that I have. So you know the things that Matthew Blackstock did, what Christopher McBride did, what I did. I have a fair idea. Tonight is the night it ends, one way or another. I sincerely hope you're right. I can't take much more of this. Let's waste no time. If ever there was a time to be strong, lad, it's now. Miles, are you a religious man? No. Now is the time to be. Start praying. The saints are your army right now. If you set all this up, then you should be able to get out of here quite easily. I didn't set up my own trial. Well then, good luck. The key to the garden, I suppose that's where I'm expected to go next. Wait, but it was... He's gone. Never mind. My name is Miles King, and I need help. Azurael is in my head and giving me commands. No matter how hard I try and resist, I feel utterly compelled to obey. It's tearing me apart from the inside. I've hurt people. I've kidnapped people. I've killed people. But since I arrived in Birch Manor and Clive sealed me away, I've almost felt like myself again. The voice has subsided, and I'm lucid. I'm just left with an intense guilt and a desire to atone. I need to end Azurael's grasp on me once and for all. No. It's like, just no. Just, nah. Miles, how are you doing? Hello, Thomas. I'm doing well. How are you? I'm dead, Miles. Don't you remember? Oh, yes. That's right. Oh, and then... Oh, Thomas is dead. That's right. Sucks. Okay. Hi, Gramps. What are you doing here? I'm proud of you, Miles. You know that, right? Yes, you always told me that. You were my biggest supporter. Then why did you kill me before you left Old Ways? I didn't, I swear. Yes, you did. I'm dead and gone. All because of you. No, Gramps, please stay. Oh, and then, yep. Hi, Miles. Have you been keeping well? Hi, Betty. Your birthday party was great. Thanks. It was my last one. Now I can't ever grow old. All because of you. You're welcome. You're welcome. Oh, Edna, it's you. The doctor barricades didn't work a second time. Yes, I know. I'm very sorry about that. It's all right, Miles. You weren't yourself. But it was still by your hand that I was struck down. No, I didn't want this. I didn't want any of this. You can't fight it, Miles. It's okay, Edna. You're better off now. Miles, you piece of filth! Why did you kill me? I didn't kill you. I turned away for 1 second, and you'd been beheaded. What? That isn't how it happened. Think. That's how I remember it. That's not the truth, you little... You left the room, sought out the Red Huntress, and brought her to me. You... You told her to finish me off, and then left the room as she cut my head from my body. You then watched her mount it onto the wall. I don't remember it like that at all. I left you in the room alive, and when I went back into the room, you were there alone with no head. You've blocked the whole thing out, haven't you? Maybe this will jog your memory. Maybe. Oh, yeah. He's right. Abraham? I put my faith in you, but it was misplaced. Why? You sabotaged the ritual and got all of us killed. Oh, yes, that's what happened, right? It was, Miles. You're every bit as bad as Azurael himself. Maybe you're right. I don't think there's any coming back from this. Ave Maria. You think you can make jokes, or you think that you can make jokes after what you did to us? We gave you a chance. We wanted to purify Azurael's influence from you. It's your fault this happened to me. If you hadn't been performing the rituals, then I wouldn't have been exposed. He picked you because you were too weak. He picked me because I was his only option left. Everybody else was too old, too strong, or had already been performing rituals. No, Miles, even you don't believe that. I don't. No, you don't. Okay, I don't. I've been dreading seeing you here, Natasha. You killed me, my love and our baby. You're pure evil, Miles. Nothing can save you. I know. I deserve everything I get. This wasn't Azurael. This was all you. It was? It was. You must be right, I suppose. Maybe it was. Yes, Miles, believe me. Matthew. I knew you'd be next. Go ahead, tell me what to believe. Miles. Yes? I only wanted what was best for the world. I know you did. You went about it in a horrible way. Yes, I see that now. You warned me about the costs of what I was doing. I wish you'd listened. As do I. Why aren't you blaming me or messing with my head? Isn't that what this is about? Toying with a broken man? No, Miles. I'm no figment of your imagination. I'm trapped in this purgatory with you. So this is really you. It is. It's a horrible place, but it's no more than I deserve. Truth is that I was before the Azurael business started. I mistreated my wife because she was infertile. I took Natasha as a lover and got her pregnant. I then proceeded to get my Linda killed with a ritual. Now, I've damned a lot of people because Birch has my research. What am I supposed to do? You're supposed to fight it, my boy. I'll be trapped for eternity. I've come to terms with that. It's no less than I deserve. You didn't choose any of this. It was forced upon you. Fight it. I can't. You can. I forgive you. Your actions weren't your own. Now fight it. No! Is that no as in no, don't go, or no as in I don't want to fight it? I feel like it's the latter. This is a surprise. You were following me that entire morning. I may have hid it quite well, but I was terrified. You know that, right? Yes, I'm sorry, Ryan. You were stalking me and Miranda for longer than a single morning. I targeted the Howards because of you. I didn't want to attack anybody too close to my street, but I was left with no option. You chose that yourself, Christopher. I think I remember something. What was it? Who did I leave the shed with that day? Ryan? Which one is Ryan? I don't remember. So I remember who Christopher is. Oh, is Ryan... Oh, Ryan was the software guy. Oh. Okay. That's right. I came into the shed and Ryan was with Christopher. Ryan didn't warn him, and I killed Christopher. Ah! Is it time? You know what you have to do, Miles. I don't know what the thing with my hand is, but... Take the candle. What comes next? The end. Jeez, dude. Nothing new in the bedroom for now. It's a shadow, dude. Give me just 1 second here. Alright.
Here's Jones in him. Yeah, Mary. Where you?
So she said, "Who are you? Where am I? My name is Marjorie." Yep. Okay. So she's like trapped in the other dimension or something. Nobody else in these rooms. So go out to the garden. So I'll obviously want to use the one key. I'm just seeing if we have any other phantoms. Since she was there, maybe there are other phantoms wandering around now. Help piece together more of the story. That has the eyes, but okay. Double door still shut? Stuck? Yeah. Okay. Nope. Nothing in any of this part of the mansion. Yep. Nope. Let's go up first. I was gonna say maybe not go upstairs yet, but nah. Okay. So that's all of that. Nothing new in the taxidermy room. That's just downstairs. Oh, yep, there's another here. Okay, let's see what this one is. Okay, give me a second here.
Sit there, Suzu.
Nope, not something wrong. I turned it off and then forgot to turn it back on. Crud. Well, there's gonna be part of the video that doesn't have with this series in particular. I feel like I'm actually not just going to keep the streamed copy. I feel like I'm going to just do edited videos and upload them again. So I'll fix it in post-production. Thank you for letting me know, though. No. It's just something I'll have to do. It's not just that. It's not just that volume there. There are other things like voices talking backwards and stuff. I think this would be much better as a normal playthrough, not a streamed game. So since I'm streaming these, I'll just do some volume adjustments, add some sound effects and stuff myself. Like, I have crappy sound effects for some of this anyway, so I'll change it so it'll be much better sound effects and stuff in the final version. So don't worry if you've not seen this as it's been going along. In the next probably couple of weeks, I'll upload all of these again as new videos, and they'll be much better, much more finished. So I need 4 puzzle pieces to fit into the slots. Maybe that'll unlock the door. But I don't know. How am I supposed to know what number to use? I don't know how I know the number to use on these to get 4 puzzle pieces. I have to open each of the safes. How do I... Oh, no problem. No, it's fine. Not the big of a deal. I don't know how I know what numbers to use on these. Do I have something in my inventory? Nothing that'll tell me that. Oh! I know! No, I don't know. Nope, never mind. Because we already used that earlier. What the heck? What 3 numbers do I need to know? Well, yeah, what 3 numbers times 4, because I need 4 pieces to get in here. What the crap? One. I don't freaking know. But see, I can't read these papers. Nothing happens. Oh no, I had to step on it to read it. Oh, okay. I was like, I can't even read these though. Okay. So we have safe 1, 2, 3, and 4. Okay, the first number. Okay, so, and then we have 3 numbers. 1, 2, 3. Okay, safe 1, first number is 3. Safe 3, second number is 0. Safe 4, third number is 4. Okay. Okay. Safe 1, third number is 1. Safe 2, second is 4. Safe 3, first is 4. Okay. Safe 1, the second is 7. Safe 2, the third is 2. Safe 4, the first is 5. And then finally, safe 2, the first is 7. Safe 3, the third is 3. Safe 4, the second is 0. Okay, unless I made a mistake in writing them down, I have all the safe numbers now. Okay. This one should be 3, 7, 1. Bingo! Nice to see my brain hasn't rotted. Okay, and then 3 numbers. This should be 7, 4, 2. Bingo! Nice to see my brain hasn't rotted. Okay. I need 3 numbers. 4, 0, 3. Okay, and then finally... Alright. These are top puzzle piece, right puzzle piece, left, bottom. Okay, got it. I need 4 puzzle pieces to fit into the slots. Maybe that'll unlock the door. That did it. Ooh, I don't know that I like the idea of... Oh, it's Alistair. Oh, why is Alistair here? That's bad. Alistair? You should have listened to him, Ryan. If you'd listened to Alistair, then you would never have been brought here. Who are you? You aren't Alistair. I'm just a lost soul looking to find an escape. What the hell? Take the 4th candle and assume your position. It is all going to end tonight. For now. Just let me out of here. And now we're... Okay. Oh, and the last thing I got was key to the main hall. Yeah, the center doors that were stuck and wouldn't budge. Oh, really? Again? Son of a... It's time. 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 You'll need this. A candle? He doesn't know. Shh. Are the ghosts trying to play a practical joke on me? Ye little stinkers. Not here. I have to go all the way out first. Yeah, this set of doors. You never know. I mean, it's possible. This has to be it. Oh, sorry. This has to be it. Stephen has to be waiting in here. But what else is waiting in here? Can there be any escape from this? Here we go. What happens now? Oh, and it's got Azurael written on the 4 corners and the circle in the middle. This is not going to go well. We're all here. Show yourself, Stephen. Ah, Dr. Wallace. So nice of you to join us, old friend. Father Wallace to you. We're leaving. I've had enough of your games. Clive, seal the door. Yes, sir. Clive is far too loyal to simply leave. Bert, you son of a... Let us out of here or there'll be hell to pay. I've paid hell plenty. Now it owes me a thing or two in return. Explain all of this. You owe us that. Truthfully, you have Miles to thank for bringing you all here together. He was crucial. I needed 5 people who have been touched by Azurael in some way, and who better than those who managed to get in the way? This is insanity. Everybody, run for it. Try and move, all of you. I can't. Neither can I. Damn you, Birch. What sort of sorcery is this? It must be one of the rituals. He's planned this to every little detail. I know Stephen well. We've been trapped from the moment we were brought into this building. What are the candles for? Yes, why did you want us to bring them? Candles? Miles, explain yourself. It's just a bit of theater. They serve no purpose. Tell me, Stephen, is all of this about eternal life still? Eternal life? Vita Eternia. I'll live forever, restored to my youth. Just think of what I'll be capable of doing with all of the knowledge I'll gain over hundreds of years. I'll never age. I'll become so powerful that I could rise to rule the world as a king and never have to worry about being dethroned because I can't be killed. You're utterly insane. The Lord wouldn't stand for such a thing. Enough talk. I've waited too long to get to this point. So many test subjects, so many test rituals, and so many different experiments. It's all come down to this moment, and I'll put it off no longer. Our Father, who art in heaven, hallowed be thy... Shut up. Azurael, do you hear my voice?
I am bound to the one who commands my circle.
Greatest Azurael, the supreme of hell, grant my desire. Hang on, one sec here. Throat's getting a little dry. Vita Aeterna is my wish. Greatest Azurael, the supreme of hell, grant me my desire. Mortuus est is my wish, great king of the infernal.
Thy will be done.
What? What did you say? You die now. Ah! My heart! Please help me. I would, but I can't move.
My time will still come, Stephen Birch. I can wait 10,000 years if I must, but your time is up. You thought you could beat me, but I won't allow it. The rest of you will face my wrath in either this life or the next.
Help! Please! I'll pray for you, Stephen. Clint! You're a good man. Help! You've paralyzed us all with whatever you did to this room. You rendered all of us that may have been willing completely unable to help you. It's all going dark. This can't be the end. I can move again. Does that mean Stephen is dead? Can everybody move now? I can. Likewise. He's gone. I can't feel Azurael anymore. At all. Miles, after all you've been through, you need some help. You're right. The things that I've done. How could I ever atone? It wasn't you. Azurael's influence is very strong. I can help. Let me. I think I'm ready to go home now. Anybody got a razor? Let's go. Clinton Lancaster returned to London and continued his detective work. He had 5 children with his wife Mary and retired to work on a new farm he bought back in Lancashire. He regularly visited his father and mother's graves and prayed that his mother found some sort of redemption after her actions. Donald Edison went home to Chicago to finally patch things up with his ex-wife and children. Eventually, they remarried, and although it wasn't always smooth, they stayed together. He reminded himself of the Shadow Children constantly, but he never encountered them again. He was happy with that. Marcus Livingston kept on the straight and narrow after his Azurael encounter. Marcus was the kid who locked himself in the room because he was scared to go out in the apartments. He became a nurse at one of the local psychiatric clinics so that he could try and help his own conscience by helping others. So the girl whose brother killed himself, she was the one who killed herself. Dawn checked in with him every now and then. Marcus even attended Dawn's funeral in 2016. Oh no, she didn't kill herself. She's just in psychiatric care. I thought Marcus killed himself then. I guess I was wrong. Lydia Geller, so she's the sister whose brother stabbed his own eyes out, okay? Lydia Geller remained in psychiatric care until 1989. She never went a day without thinking about Robbie's death. She thought about Andrew and Gregory every now and then, but they slowly faded from her mind. She eventually married Marcus and had 2 sons with him, but their marriage ended in divorce in 1998 after she had an affair. She later committed suicide in 2001, having developed a heroin addiction. Jeez. Miles King remained in Scotland with David and became a Catholic priest. It seemed as though the exorcist that David arranged successfully purged Azurael from Miles for good, but Miles is always wary. He never returned to America. Who would believe that he was under the influence of a demon when he was committing the murders in old ways? Good point. And as long as they don't realize he's in Scotland or England or whatever as a priest, then he'll never get prosecuted for those murders. Ryan Lynch returned home to Greyborough after many months away. He managed to get his job back because his kidnapping claim was backed up by Dawn and Alistair. He married Anna in 1993. Anna. Oh, yeah. Anna was the daughter of the neighbors he went down to get milk from. Ryan became very religious and kept to his word. He took Anna and their 4 children to church each and every Sunday until he passed away at the age of 82. Aw, it's a happy ending. Anna Howard had a tough time coming to terms with the loss of her family. Yeah, you'll find that out when you watch Chapter 4 eventually. She remained in psychiatric care for a year, but Ryan visited her often once he returned from Scotland. She visits her family's graves at least once a month to put fresh flowers down and pay her respects. Alistair Mordred continued his work as a skilled but not very personable private investigator and worked many cases. He never married, but had 1 daughter with an ex-girlfriend. He remained close with Ryan and Anna Lynch, despite his work taking him all across the United States. His daughter, Felicia, would marry Ryan's oldest son, Morris. Clive Arnold successfully escaped from Birch Manor after listening to the death of Stephen Birch through the door. Much like Darren South, his eventual undoing was Don Edison. Darren South, I think, was the guy in the apartment complex of the kids in Chicago. I think he was the guy in the apartment complex who had thrown one of the kids out the window and then was posing as him. I think that's who that was. Clive managed to track him down in Cardiff, Wales. All it took was a few extra doses for his heart medication to give him a similar fate to Mr. Birch. Made him pay. Father David Wallace remained at his local parish until he died at the age of 93. He took Miles under his wing and did everything he could to purge Azurael from the young man, and it was seemingly successful. He destroyed all of the evidence and research on Azurael that he could find. David knows it's only a matter of time before somebody else tries to harness the power, but he wanted to put it off as long as possible. Everybody whose soul was touched in some wicked way by Azurael will forever have an imprint. Azurael may have forfeited a chance at returning to take revenge upon Stephen Birch, but he won't ever stop. Alright, so that's the end of the Azurael Circle series. So that'll be it. Thanks for joining me for my live stream of this. Yeah, like I said, I believe this should be a normal YouTube series or whatever, not a streamed one, I think. Because you can't really do it justice with voices and stuff. So, but in any case, there you go. Okay, so that is my stream for today. Thank you for joining me. I appreciate it. As usual, I will continue uploading, well, as usual, as a new thing, going back to my old habit of stuff. I'll be uploading more normal videos through the course of the week, and I will be streaming again next weekend. So next weekend, Friday, we'll do the other alternate endings for Detention, and then we'll switch back over to Downfall once that's done. Saturday, we will do more scratches. We're getting kind of into the actual more creepy part of scratches now, so that'll be interesting. And then Sunday, we'll be starting Yomawari over. Probably. I might just rewatch the Yomawari video from what I did on the live stream, because it if I remind myself of controls and stuff, then I could probably play the game well. Anyway, so that'll be the plan for next weekend. Today later, well, probably actually first, like basic more or less first thing tomorrow morning, I'll have the next part of Elix up. Tuesday, I should have the next part of The Last of Us up. Wednesday, I'll have the next part of We Happy Few up. And then we'll continue on that cycle. So that's the plan. So thanks for watching. I will see you guys either on my live streams next weekend or in comment section of other videos during the course of the week. In the meantime, as always, I appreciate you guys. Thanks for joining me, and I will talk to you soon. Until next time, peace.